The 2012 Democratic Convention has entered the history books with a speech by President Barack Obama, a stirring speech for the people here in the hall. He launched a vigorous defense of his record. He launched several negative attacks against Mitt Romney, and he offered the delegates and the Democrats who are here a little bit of that old-time Obama religion of hope. All in all, the people who were in this hall received this speech. They were just electrified by it. They were raucous in their cheers, as you can imagine, explosive at times, laughed at the president. You could hear them yearning for his success. The real question, though, is how does this play outside the hall, in the country, with you? Because the president has some significant challenges ahead of him.
They still love him. Barack Obama may be struggling in the polls and fighting for his political life, but tonight, among the Democrats gathered here, any doubts or disappointments seem to disappear.
Madam Chairwoman, delegates, I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
Still, you couldn't help but think, what a difference 4 years have made. He's so much grayer now. The toll the presidency takes, that youthful aura that still clung to Barack Obama in 2008 has been burned away by the searing pressures of power. So he spoke tonight as a man of hard and sometimes bitter experience, a survivor.
I recognize that times have changed since I first spoke to this convention. Times have changed, and so have I. I'm no longer just a candidate. I'm the president.
This is a political party that knows it will need every ounce of effort to re-elect Barack Obama. And that's why you saw former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords unite this hall in tears and cheers as she recited the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And that's why Vice President Joe Biden went all out too.
We can now proudly say what you've heard me say the last 6 months. Osama bin Laden is dead and General Motors is alive.
The president did something else. He addressed directly the frustrated hopes and mixed feelings about his leadership out across the country.
Now, I won't pretend the path I'm offering is quick or easy. I never have. You didn't elect me to tell you what you wanted to hear. You elected me to tell you the truth. And the truth is, it will take more than a few years for us to solve challenges that have built up over decades.
Truth and struggle. A long way, perhaps, from the euphoria of hope and change. This was really the president's biggest challenge tonight. It's the biggest challenge in his campaign, to overcome the disappointments and the doubts among so many Americans who voted for him in 2008 and give them hope again.
I think they're looking for the combination of that vision, the hope that he offered in 08, plus the reality of this is how we're going to do it.
We chatted on the convention floor with David Maraniss of the Washington Post, author of the definitive biography of Obama so far.
What happened? People at the 2008 convention were so ecstatic, so full of hope. What happened to the hope?
Well, I think that in one sense, Obama went into office with a sense of his own exceptionalism, thinking that he could somehow transform this place. But he didn't have the experience to really in Washington to understand what it would take to try to bring things together.
Somewhere it seemed Obama stopped driving events and seemed more driven by partisan cyclones and fierce economic headwinds. But that's not supposed to happen to strong presidents. A Republican ad mocked his efforts to explain.
Barack Obama's got lots of excuses for the bad economy.
Headwinds coming from Europe. We've had a string of bad luck. An earthquake in Japan.
And in 2008, he promised so much more.
This was the moment when the rise of the oceans began to slow and our planet began to heal. As president, I will close Guantanamo, rolling back the Bush tax cuts on the top 1%.
As we took a stroll through the delegations today, we heard Democrats fire back in the president's defense.
Everyone did expect hope and change, and they expected it instantaneously. However, the mess was created over a lengthy period of time.
It's a partisan fight to the death, this campaign, and so Obama went negative early and often, unusually for an incumbent president.
But when Governor Romney and his friends in Congress tell us we can somehow lower our deficits by spending trillions more on new tax breaks for the wealthy, well, what Bill Clinton call it? You do the arithmetic. I refuse to ask middle-class families to give up their deductions for owning a home or raising their kids just to pay for another millionaire's tax cut.
In the end, it was, once again, hope that Barack Obama spoke of, hope in tough times.
America, I never said this journey would be easy, and I won't promise that now. Yes, our path is harder, but it leads to a better place. Yes, our road is longer, but we travel it together. We don't turn back. We leave no one behind. We pull each other up. We draw strength from our victories, and we learn from our mistakes, but we keep our eyes fixed on that distant horizon, knowing that Providence is with us and that we are surely blessed to be citizens of the greatest nation on earth.